Alright, we have the waviest doctor / entrepreneur, Malik Dupri Morris. Now I mean, tapping in with P Films. What's the word, man?
You know what's up. We here. Let's go with you, bro.
Chilling. Listen, I want to start off by saying, I appreciate you for even giving me the time. You heard?
I appreciate you for having me. I'm here.
Word, let's get it. So I know you're a physical therapist, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First of all, huge respect, son. Cause I know that road wasn't easy. What was that like going through college for that?
Yeah, so I mean it's funny because right now technically I'm Jack and I'm retired. I might be retired now. Yeah, I'm 25.
Nice.
But it was a long process, I went to Sewanaka High School. I played football there, so going into college, I wanted to continue playing football, and it's funny. I wanted to go. Everybody want to go D1.
Yeah.
In high school, you like, if I'm not going D1, I'm not going nowhere.
Facts.
But I didn't have any offers coming out of college or coming out of high school. So this school, Ithaca College, was like a great academic school. I had great grades, so I already knew like if I go there, I could play right away. So I was like, I don't know if I want to go to a school, say Florida State, where my bro Kareem went. Shout out Kareem, by the way. But you don't want to go to a school and not end up playing till your senior year and things like that, or maybe you don't even play at all, because that happened to people.
Exactly.
So I played right away. Stayed up with my academics, got my doctorate in 6 years, and we was out of there. But it was a good time,
Yeah, I see the parties, man.
Yeah, I tell everybody, if you can, like if you have an option between staying or going away, like if it's just that simple, like go away. It's a whole experience. You learn a lot about yourself. But yeah.
Got you. Now, and I understand, like you were creating brands while going for your doctorate, like correct?
Yeah.
Then, what was that process like for you, man? Like going for your doctorate and building businesses on the side.
Yeah. So not even trying to like be like cocky or anything like that, but school was always somewhat easy for me. I didn't have to like study too crazy, right? So when I was playing football, like I had all that time where I was putting everything into football. I was trying to go to the league. I worked out with some teams. It didn't work out, but after your 4 years of playing, I'm still at school for an extra 2 years.
Yeah.
So my curriculum was basically the same. It might have been a little bit harder, but now I don't have football. And that clears up your whole entire, football is life at that point. So,
exactly.
Yeah, so now I had a lot more time, and now I was able to, work a little bit more, start creating some stuff, and really like follow like things that I wanted to do.
Got you. Like, so explain like what was a typical day like for you at that time, school, and the businesses. What was it like?
So it's funny because school was typically. There was sometimes class was like 8 a.m. to like 4 p.m. straight.
Damn.
But after that 4 p.m. it was basically done. But that's when it started. I had an on-campus job at the time too, so I was working after 4. And then I was doing the clothing line stuff too. So it was kind of like, you have that grind within you, and it doesn't go away. So you find a way to replace it, fill something with that void. So that's what it came with me. So my business partner, Corey Van Dorn, he went to school in Nebraska, right? University of Kearney, middle of Nebraska, but it's lit out there, I tell you. I went out there a couple
How did y'all, if you don't mind me, how did y'all even connect if you went out to school out there?
So with physical therapy, I had to do internships. I had to do 4. So me knowing myself, I was like, I don't know if I want to stay in New York forever, so I'm going to use these internships to go to different places, right? So I did one. My first one was like Jacksonville, Florida. Second one was Charlotte, North Carolina. My third one, I came back here. I did it right by the mall. And then the last one I did in Arizona. But literally every one that I did that wasn't here, I was like, it's different, it's not New York. So it was good that I went through that, because it made me realize like I wanted to be here. I wanted to be in the mix and going through all of that. So I figured that out. With the Jacksonville internship, I stayed with 2 kids, like 2 brothers that had lived in Jacksonville. So I was doing an internship in Jacksonville. I lived with them for the whole summer. And this was like their best friend from elementary school.
Got you.
So I met him, even at the time, he hadn't even started the brand. So he started Savage Ruthless right here. It was a class project for him.
Wow.
And I would see it on social media. He was like, promoting the stuff. And I'm like, yo, this is going crazy at your school. I'm over here at Ithaca, like I'm lit. I was captain of the football team. Everybody know me, you know.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I was bartending at the time. I was doing, bro. I had my hands in everything. Always find some way to make some bread. But yeah, I was like, I could bring this brand over here. So I ended up taking like my student loan money and just buying like mad hoodies. I bought like $2,000 worth of merchandise.
God damn.
Right? And
from him. Yeah.
Like wholesale, basically. Like,
gotcha.
Say we sell a hoodie for, you know, let's just say we sell it for $40. I was buying it for like less than $20. You know, so I was making more than double my profit.
Absolutely.
But anyway, they went quick. That $2,000 I spent, I sold it all in like a month. You know, the first week I had it like going crazy. Snapchat, Instagram, everything was booming. So, you know, it wasn't even like I was like really trying to push it. It's crazy you're on the college campus. Like I tell all my young boys, like when you're in college, that's the time to start something.
I agree.
Because everybody is tuned in. Like what's going on, especially if you're dorming, like everybody know what's going on. And it's different like when you come back to the town because there's so much going on. But yeah, that's how we started.
I bet. So like being a young black male, you know what I'm saying? Like just, I'm sure you've seen some of your peers go through like tough times and gravitate towards like illegal stuff to generate income. Right. Were you ever tempted to do so? Because I feel like you definitely took a completely different path.
Yeah, I mean, it's still there to this day. But the way I look at it, I almost have to be like that light for the younger kids. Because I know people look up to me myself, you know?
Yeah.
And not just saying that in the most humble way, like even me pursuing my doctorate. You know, like once I did that, that was an accomplishment for me, but it was also an accomplishment for my family, accomplishment for, like, you know, there's younger kids that go to Sewanaka, Elmont that they might want to be a doctor themselves, you know, showing them that there is a way to do that.
Exactly.
And, yeah, like everything is possible. You really just got to put the work in no matter what it is. Sometimes you got to, you know, not take the easy way out. I'm not saying that's the easy way out, but sometimes you got to, you know, make some decisions that, you know, give up the fast money for. I'm selling legal dope right now.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
I mean, like this, boom, glasses. I don't have to worry about anything with that.
There you go.
So.
There you go. Were there any like examples of entrepreneurs around you growing up, or are you like the first one?
That's a good question. I mean, I guess in like the background, but there wasn't really anything that was like directly influencing me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even when I did this, like it was kind of just me taking a risk.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like I was like I want to be like this person. I want to be like Diddy.
Yeah,
Even to this day right now, I want to be like Diddy. You feel me? And even there's a lot of stuff. We might be working with Diddy soon, so hopefully that's something that plays out. But yeah, I mean, it's really like whatever you want to do in life, you can make it happen. So I always kind of been, you know, elementary school, middle school, like selling candy for bread.
Mm-hmm.
Like even in college, I was doing that at the locker room. They know about that. If y'all went to Ithaca and y'all played football, I used to have mad candy in my locker room. Yeah.
Always finding a way to get money, like you said. Word. So now let the people know some of the businesses you created or while going to school. You know, list them in order as well.
Yeah, so the only one when I was at school was Savage Ruthless. So that was the clothing line, and that was in my last year of school. I think I told you I joined with my partner. That was October.
Gotcha.
So that was like 2 months into the school year or whatever that may be, and then we were really pushing it until I basically graduated. Right, I graduated in whenever that is. Was it like May?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think that's when graduation for college is.
Mm-hmm.
But so we pushed that. I had, you know, a whole team of people up there that supported heavily, and even to this day. So even after I left, there was a little bit of residual, like Savage Ruthless was still a thing at the school, right?
Mm. So
even the next year, we had came back, and I brought everybody from the town to Kendall Day. It's like this end of the year party, and it was crazy. Savage Ruthless, Kendall Day. We were supposed to have it again this year, but you know,
COVID. Messed things
it was
up,
about to be stupid. But
that's what's up.
So after college, so I came back. I'm still pushing the brand, but now I'm starting to work like physical therapy. Yeah. And it's crazy because it's a great job, you know. Like I'm getting money that my parents were making. Yeah. You know, so now I'm like, I was working. Like I was leaving some days. Like I would leave for work. I would have to be on a train at 6 a.m. because I worked in the city. Yeah. And I worked at 2 spots, so I wouldn't get back until like 8 p.m. sometimes, and then I'm doing the clothing line after that. So I had like 2 days off during the week, so I would dedicate those as like my clothing line days for real.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, so literally, what month we in now? We in September?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this year was when I started SwagRag, right? So this was back in like December or January, like early this year.
Yeah.
Right, so I got the Deweys and I've been pushing them around the town, like even the brunches around the town. I pull up with a whole bag of Deweys, like people are like,
That's what's up.
you know, I'm lit, I'm there, I'm having my brunch, blah, 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 and I'll take like a good 20 minutes, walk around like, yo, what's good?
Now, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Are you giving out like samples of the Durags, or you like, yo, this is how much it is, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah?
I mean, I was selling it for the low.
Okay.
When I first got them, like right now I sell them for 15. For me, and that's not even too bad because it's like designer, like Burberry, Louis V, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I was doing like 3 for 20 at the point, and like you can't even argue if you're gonna complain about 3 designer do-rags or bonnets for $20, like you don't even deserve to have it. Like,
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to make my bread too.
Exactly.
It's not
exactly.
even like you promoting it is really gonna make me that much bread. So. Yeah.
Bet. You know, even you speaking about like the Burberry, some of the high end fashion, do you worry about like copyright infringement, or that's something you ain't too concerned about right now?
Yeah, that is something that, you know, we might not have to put that too much into this. But yeah, it's basically when it gets to that point, you know, I'll stop.
Got you.
I'm gonna make as much bread as I can.
There you go. Run it up.
The thing is, like even with this, it's funny because not even taken away from anybody that supports me.
Yeah.
But I do see a lot more support to like SwagRag because I'm selling like designer stuff than the same support that I would get to Savage Ruthless.
Which is you feel like
exactly, which is really like my brand. You know, which is really like if you really support me, I don't need you to cop no SwagRag stuff. Like don't worry about that. I need you to push Savage Ruthless out there.
Got you.
It's not even about that. I'm not worried about it. But it's just something I noticed, you know, because it's easier for people to buy something that's Louis V or Burberry. You know, if it's something like this, they gotta. Yes, it's drippy, but they also gonna do it to support you as well. You know.
Got you. Which one would you say is the most like of all of the things that you're doing? Which one would you say is the most profitable? And how did you even decide on what products you wanted to sell?
Right. So. Deciding what products I want to sell, I do it off of like things that I'm interested in. So like even that's what when I talk to people all the time, like people just think about they want to start a business, they hit me up now.
Gotcha.
When I'm here for the people, you feel me? But
I'll be hitting you up too, man.
Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. But if you're gonna start a business, do it about something that you're passionate about, because then at the end of the day, you promoting it with your full heart.
Gotcha.
You know, so even let's talk about Durags. You know, people that got waves, like they put in the work in. They worried about their waves all the time. They want to stay fresh. The sunglasses, you know, I like to stay dripped out. So you feel me? I might have to throw these on real quick. Like,
absolutely. Let them see that.
What's going on?
Let them see what it's hitting for, man.
Yeah.
Word.
So like even like this is something that I would personally buy myself. You know? So I'm like, if I could create a brand around the things that I'm interested in, that's how you do it. Even clothing, it's like I'm not really putting out stuff that I wouldn't wear myself. You know?
Got you. And I know I was looking on your IG and it said like you made about like 20 to 30,000 in a month, and I know the month wasn't even over. Without getting too involved in your finances, how accurate was that?
That was 100% accurate. I think
damn.
I finished off that month with like 34K.
Whew.
And that was just one business, so.
Got you.
Yeah, we working, you know. And the thing is, like, y'all might hear this and think I'm rich, right? Like, oh, he making 34K. But me personally, the way I work with my businesses, like, I don't really pay myself. You know, I let my businesses keep all the bread, and I reinvest it to make it go even crazier. Because that's the way, like if I was to make 30K and take it out and buy some whip or some, you know, I could be out, I'm not even doing that. I'm driving my same Honda that I had when I was in college.
There you go.
I mean, we got big plans, but that's the thing. Like you take your bread, you reinvest it, and that's how you make, like when you talk about generational wealth, like that's the goal. We're not out here to just flex for no reason. Like,
exactly. I see, speaking about the generational wealth, you have a book that you posted Rich Dad Poor Dad, and you said that book changed your life.
That is the Bible right there.
That's a fact. I read that book as well.
So you know already.
Exactly.
That is like a mindset changer, because if y'all watching this right now and you have not watched that book, read that book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, that's something you need to read, no matter who you are.
Absolutely.
You could be 15 years old, you could be 25, the most hood person in the world. You need to tune into the way the world really works, because if you're oblivious to it, you just gotta get taken advantage of your whole life. So that is like really what also like led my mind to the shift that was about to happen. You know, Corona just pushed it over the edge, but I was ready for that. I was waiting for that to happen.
Yeah.
But now it's just
That's what's up. Now, speaking on Corona, did that help your business or hurt your business?
So COVID-19 was the best thing to happen to me.
Wow.
Which is crazy to say, right?
Yeah, considering the deaths, but I understand where you're going with it, but break it down.
Let me explain on that. So basically, I was doing the physical therapy, and I'm telling you, I'm leaving my house at 6, I'm coming back at 8 some days.
Yeah.
So I don't really have time to put the effort into the brands like the way that the brands need it to go crazy. You feel me? You only have so much time in a day. So once COVID hit, my physical therapy locations, they were closed because nobody could come in. So it was good, because now I'm at home. You know, I got this time. If anything, I'm getting unemployment lit. Now, now I'm over here, I have all this free time, and I could do everything that I might have just said, I'll try to do that when I get some time. Now it's like, this is a priority.
Exactly.
You feel me? So now, this is what led to everything happening the way it happened, because once I put that time in, that's when I started seeing the returns. So even like after a month into like coronavirus, like after April, I was like, I'm not even going back to work. Because I knew like if I was to go back to work, I wouldn't be able to really do things the way it needed to be done. So whenever you're ready to commit to a brand, like for real, that has to be everything, or it's not, you just not gonna reach that potential.
Facts. Now, what are some of the if any, did you face any difficulties selling the Durags, being that, you know what I'm saying, like this is a product, it's a product that could be viewed as like culturally and gender specific, you know what I'm saying, like that's something we keep it real, mostly the black guys wear.
And that's, once you're talking about e-commerce and your businesses and stuff, that's how you market your product. I'm not even gonna waste my time trying to sell this to white people,
Exactly.
So even the bonnets and the Durags, like I know my circle, like the people that are interested in those products. And then like another thing, what I tell people when they start in their business, like you find a niche, right?
Yeah.
So a niche is basically your area of like where you fit into whatever you're selling or whatnot. The Durags, I'm selling to people that got waves, people that want to be wavy, or people that just like wearing Durags, and they're the ones that are gonna push the brand out there themselves too.
Exactly. What was your toughest obstacle throughout this whole time, from beginning to even now? What was the toughest thing you dealt with as an entrepreneur? He said spending the money.
I don't even pay myself, so.
Nah, I'm playing.
No, but word. Let me think. Toughest thing. I guess the toughest thing is really just like staying on top of yourself. Like if you have no boss, it's not gonna work unless you're the person that is making it happen.
Absolutely.
And I think sometimes with myself, like I think I'm Superman. I think I could do whatever, and I have to realize sometimes like I need help.
Yeah.
So I've been getting the help. Like my little sister, I'm actually grateful for her. I just got her on payroll. She's making some bread. She's making more bread I ever made at her age.
That's what's up.
And she's putting in the hours, and I'm like, I don't even understand now how I was able to do this without her.
Yeah.
So now it's like, all right, even if she wasn't in the picture, I would have to pay somebody.
Exactly.
And like
exactly.
once things continue to grow, like you have to realize a lot of things too. You need a team. Like you need whatever you're doing. Like things are gonna go a lot further when you have a team supporting you, a team making things happen instead of you by yourself.
That's what's up. But like, what's something you feel like what's something you feel like you let's say if you started everything again today, you feel like you would have done differently, if any?
I mean, I'm very grateful for the way everything turned out.
Uh-huh.
Part of me, when I was telling you, I wish I would have went D1. After seeing some of these people go D1, I'm like, yo, if I would have just walked onto this team, I would have been, we might have been in the NFL, but that's something else.
Okay.
With the businesses, it's like a lot of the things that you learn business-wise, you have to go through it.
Gotcha.
Yourself to actually know, like, what not to do, what to do. And that's what makes, like, each new business that I start so successful.
Yeah.
Because I already know, once I get started, I'm banging all of this out from the start. I'm already starting at phase 4 compared to, all the way down here.
Yeah.
And I guess if I knew that stuff from the beginning, I would have been where I'm at now. Would just be even further. So.
Word. Bet. Now, I see, we were speaking before, I see you launch an e-commerce master course. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That
Word.
was today.
That's a fact.
Just
That's a
dropped
fact.
that, yeah.
What do you think, like, what are you willing to teach your students or anyone who's interested in purchasing that course that you feel like will be different from other courses out there?
I mean, a lot of my businesses, I don't worry about competition.
Gotcha.
Because you have to understand the world is so big nowadays with internet. You could reach so many people that you might think there's competition. Like even with the Durags, right? There's 100 other Durag companies on Instagram doing the same thing, but you just focus on yourself and what you're doing.
Yeah.
I make sure I'm putting out the best content that I possibly can.
Yeah.
So with that e-commerce course I put out, I told basically every single thing that I know and every single thing that I do. So if I was to start a new business, I would do every single thing that I listed out in this course.
Gotcha.
So if I'm gonna do that and it's gonna work, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do it and it won't work. So
Gotcha.
it's kind of just like a proven formula, and there could be 50, 100 proven formulas, but it's kind of just like finding the right one that works for you. This one I feel like works for a lot of people. So people been tuning in already. They copping the course. They're giving good feedback already. So
that's what's like. What do you think is like the best products for people to actually experience themselves with for the first time?
So what I think is the best products is things that you personally enjoy.
Gotcha.
So
As
right
you said
now,
before,
you're doing your videography, you're doing your interviews. I would almost market products around things that or you might think like, not even saying you got to invent something.
Yeah.
But let's say all right, there's a certain, not even lens, but say there's a certain lens that people can't really get or people don't even know about. But if you market it the right way, like everybody would be onto this, their cameras would be so much more elite.
Gotcha.
I don't know, things that you are actually interested in when you're talking about pens and stuff. So there's whole types of things about e-commerce, but ultimately I think the best way is you're building a brand, right?
Yeah.
And you want yourself to be like almost the face of the brand, and the people that are buying into the brand, they are understanding that they also buying into you.
Absolutely.
Right, so that's something to think about. If you're selling pens, like it got to be some elite pen. It better be some gold pen that I'm like, yo, I need to sign this order. I need that pen, Yeah, certain things like that.
Got you. Now you got into the sunglasses.
Yeah.
What made you choose that?
Yeah, so also with the stuff too, like, you kind of see what's hot. These are basically, they got the Cartier cut, right?
Gotcha.
So me, I'm cheap, bro. I'm not spending, how much Cartiers go for?
So I don't even know. I know some be like,
I'm not spending over $1,000 for a pair of glasses. You feel me?
nah.
So even, that's the thing, I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna get these glasses. I can make it affordable for people. You feel me? I sell them they're $40 right now. They're on sale. And you're gonna get basically the same look.
Exactly.
Some people might be like, there's some celebrities that I got the glasses to and they're like, I can't even wear that, just because of their relationship with Cartier. But yeah, I'm not gonna speak on that too much, but it's just something that, like I'm saying, it's a product that I like.
Yeah.
So it's like I find a way to make it happen and then provide it to the people as well.
Got you.
Even with the drip, like I'm not gonna, like I got some tracksuits coming out, and you know Palm Angel's got some fire tracksuits, but I don't know how much you spending for that. I mean, it might be like 600-700. People need that designer drip, but you're gonna go crazy when you could get the same thing from your man's for $150, $200.
Exactly.
Right? Same exact thing too. I tell you, with these manufacturers, a lot of these big companies be taxing people, and they be getting away with it because people just paying for that name, man.
They paying for the name. That's really all it is.
Name, man. They paying for that name because they getting it cheaper than what I get it for.
Exactly. Do you deal with that? Like people around you more so gravitating towards the high end fashion as opposed to purchasing from you?
I mean, I don't even be like taking nothing personal. You know, you almost can't, because that's one thing people be like, oh, I'm not getting the support that I expected, and that's almost just gonna be like putting negative energy into your brand.
Yeah.
Like you gotta focus on the things that are working, the people that are supporting you.
Yes.
And like just really going crazy with that. So finding like, all right, now you know, maybe that's not somebody that is my niche, like my target customer. You feel me? So I'm not gonna be over here like trying to make so many different things that he might like. At the end of the day, if he come around, he come around. You feel me? We'll be here. I've been doing it for 3 years. I still have a lot of friends that have never got anything from me. And I still don't take it to heart to this day, but it's kind of like you just understand it and you keep pushing.
Exactly. There you go. Listen, man, is there anything you would like to tell the people before, you know, we tap out?
Yo, if I could do it, you could do it too.
There we go.
That's simple.
Simple and short. Listen, before everybody leaves, I always tell them to name 3 people that they admire around them that's doing something, whether they're doing something in the field of athletics, art, music, any form of entertainment, any business out there. Name 3 people you would want to see tap in with P Films. So who's your 3?
Alright, first one off the top of my head, I don't think I've seen him out here, like on your P Films channel. He's been doing the modeling for a little Tim Lewis. You know Tim?
Yeah.
I think he's the same year, and his shoes are like Polo, Gucci, like crazy. I don't even know, like I'd be asking him some stuff, but that's like a whole nother world. I don't even consider myself at that level. That's like you literally working with Ralph Lauren and stuff like that.
Facts.
Let's see, who else? Damn, there's so many people, because you know there's so many people from the town, man. There's so much
that's
going
doing their thing, yeah.
You want Elmont specifically?
Anybody, man, anybody.
Okay. Honestly, my trainer right now, I just started going to him like a month ago, right? But there's a lot of people been going to him. His Instagram is Backyard Bully.
Gotcha.
516 Backyard Bully, and
Backyard
the
Bully,
workouts is dummy, right? I've been working out my whole life. I go to him, I know I'm getting right, and he's doing it for the low. He's showing a lot of love to the town. That's really what it's for. And then Goldie Harris. I check in with her time to time. I always love to see. There's so many people I can name. This is just who comes to the top of my head.
Yeah.
I love everything that Goldie's doing, and she be putting on for Elmont heavy. So, yeah.
That's what's up. Listen, I'm gonna say to you, like I say to everybody, if I hit these people up and they don't respond, I'm gonna make it your responsibility to connect me with them.
Make it happen, all of them.
Let's get it. Listen, man, Dr. Guapo, Malik, Dupri, Morris, I appreciate you.
SwagRag, all of that.
Let's get it, man.
All right, bro.
We out of it.